channel. It feels an awful lot like fall today. It's pretty chilly outside, but it is still summer, and we're going to use up some of that end of summer garden fresh produce and make a great appetizer. I'm going to show you how to make zucchini sticks baked in the oven with a delicious dipping sauce. So first thing we're going to do is just make sure your zucchini are nice and clean. This recipe you can do up to 2 medium zucchinis or 1 large. I have this little guy I'm going to use, and then this one. I don't like to let my zucchini get too big because I think the flavor is better when they're on the smaller size. But if yours got nice and big, you can go ahead and do this with 1 large one. So the first thing we're going to do is we have to because zucchini is a really wet vegetable, we need to leach out some of the water. So the first thing we're going to do is cut our zucchini, and then we're going to put it in a towel or paper towel lined colander, sprinkle it with salt, and let it sit for at least an hour so some of the liquid is released from our zucchini, so that when we bake it up, our coating stays nice and crisp and doesn't get soggy. So the first thing we're going to do, and I hope you can see everything okay, is just cut your ends off of your zucchini. And then what I'm going to do is cut it. You want 2 to 3 inch long sticks. So I'm going to cut my guy in half. And then I'm going to turn him upright. And then we're going to cut it in half lengthwise. And then so you have a nice flat surface for keeping your zucchini from rolling. Lay it on the flat side and then cut it in half again. And then each one of those halves you're going to cut in half again so that you have like a triangular stick. So let me come in closer and show you what I did. So we cut it in half long ways and then cut it in half this way, and then cut each half in half again. So you have sticks that look like this. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put those in there. And then just do that again. So you're basically quartering each quarter of the zucchini, I guess. So we're going to cut the half in half again, and then take that quarter, half it, and then half each one of those. So we're going to quarter that, if that makes sense. Again. And then we're going to do our other guy. He's a little smaller, but I'm still going to cut it in half. And then I'm going to, since he's smaller, I'm just going to cut my sticks in thirds on that one because he's little. So it's a judgment call how big you want, how big and chunky you want your sticks to be. Okay, we've got our zucchini sticks cut in the shape that we want them. So now we're going to sprinkle them with a tablespoon of salt. And make sure they're nice and coated. And you really don't want to skip this step because, like I said, zucchini tends to be really wet, a really wet vegetable, and we really want to get out some of that water so that our sticks stay nice and crisp. Okay, wipe the salt off my hands. Okay, while that's doing its thing, we are going to make a dipping sauce. Now I came up with this because my garden is prolific with green onions. So I've been trying to come up with creative ways to use them because they're so good when you grow them yourself. They have so much flavor and they're just so nice to use. So I've got 3 small green onions. I'm going to cut the tops and the bottoms off, and then we're just going to give them a nice chop. And I use the green as well as the white part. And making this dipping sauce is all to taste, so you can add as many or as few as you wish. I'm going to end up with about 2 tablespoons of green onions here. Alright, so now we're going to take about 1/2 cup of mayo, and I buy mine in bulk in a big jar, so that's why I'm getting it out of my mason jar. I like to store smaller amounts of it to use in mason jars, and I keep the big guy downstairs in our extra refrigerator. So we need about 1/2 cup of mayo, and then we're also going to add about 1/2 cup of sour cream. So basically you want equal parts sour cream and mayo. Then we're going to add our green onion. Some escapees there. We're going to add a little bit of salt. I like the pink Himalayan salt. So we're going to add 1/2 teaspoon or so. Again, all of this is to taste, so you can kind of taste as you go and decide how much or how little you want. I love garlic powder, and I like the one that has the dried parsley in it. I think it's known as California style garlic powder. So just a couple shakes of that, about 1/2 teaspoon. Depending, if you like a lot of garlic, add as much as you wish. But I've got about a teaspoon of it there. And then the green onions. And then I'm going to add a little secret ingredient. I've been loving this. I've recently started using essential oils, and I'm trying to incorporate them in my daily life as much as possible, and I have found that the lemon essential oil is absolutely wonderful in dips and salad dressings, those kinds of things. So there's my little Young Living Vitality Lemon Essential Oil. We're going to put a couple of drops, 2 drops, in our dip. And we're going to mix that up. Now, if you are not an essential oil user, you could always use about a teaspoon or so of lemon juice. Like I said, it's kind of all to taste, but that's up to you. You could leave it out altogether. It just makes adds a nice brightness to your dip, makes it taste nice and summery. And then the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add about a teaspoon of sugar, just to sweeten it up just a tiny bit. And the sugar plays really well with the lemon. And if you don't care for the sweetness in the background, and like I said, the lemon, you could leave those 2 things out, but I really enjoy that. So what we're going to do now is let our zucchini sticks hang out, leach out some of their moisture, and I'm going to let our dip hang out and let all those flavors melt together. And when we get ready to bread our zucchini sticks, I'll bring you back. Okay guys, welcome back. I hope you can see everything okay. Our zucchini has been sitting coated in the salt for a little over an hour now. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put it, and it has released a lot of its moisture. My paper towel is totally soaked. So what we're going to do now, well, actually, we're going to put it in the colander without the towel, and we're going to rinse off the salt with cold water. So just want to give that a good rinse. Shake off some of the excess water. And then we're going to put our zucchini sticks on a clean kitchen towel, or you could use paper towels here, it's fine. And we're going to dry them off a little bit. Okay, get rid of that so you can see what I've got going on here. So we're just going to give these a little pat and remove some of the excess moisture. think we're pretty good. So what we're going to do now is I have a baking sheet lined with parchment paper, and I'm going to spray it with cooking spray. And then we're going to start coating our zucchini. In my pie plate, works really well for this purpose, I've got about a cup of panko breadcrumbs and a half a cup of freshly grated Parmesan cheese. Don't use the stuff in the green can. As much as my husband loves to put that on his pasta, that is not what you want here. So we're going to mix together the freshly grated parm and the panko breadcrumbs. Get those incorporated real well. And then I'm going to add some lemon pepper, about a teaspoon or so. And again, your flavorings are all to taste and what you like. The lemon flavor that I used in the dipping sauce and the lemon here works really well to brighten the flavor of the zucchini. It tastes really fresh and summery. And then we're going to add about a teaspoon or so of seasoned salt. And if you don't like salt or don't want the extra flavoring, you can leave that out. I'm just going to give that a good mix. And then we're going to take our zucchini sticks and dip them, this is an egg wash. So I have 1 large egg with 1 tablespoon of cold water, and I mixed it really well together, beat it together. So you're going to dip your zucchini stick in the egg wash, and then you're going to dip them in your breadcrumb coating. I like to press the coating on just a little bit. Shake off the excess, and then we're going to put him on our prepared baking sheet. So again, your egg wash, and then your breadcrumb mixture. And yes, this is a messy venture. If you don't like messy hands, you're not going to like this procedure. You can try to do it with tongs, but I have found that fingers work the best. And then you're going to just space them about a ½ inch to 1 inch apart on your baking sheet. And then I have my oven preheating at 425, and we're going to bake them for about 10 to 12 minutes, and then flip them over to the other side and bake them for another 8 to 10 minutes. So I'm going to finish doing this part off camera, and then I'll show you what it looks like when I get them all done on the baking sheet. Okay guys, our zucchini sticks are all breaded up. And I did want to mention that as you're breading them, if your breadcrumb mixture gets too wet from the egg wash and acts like it doesn't want to stick to your zucchini, go ahead and add a few more breadcrumbs and dry it out a little bit, and then it'll stick to your zucchini again. Just wanted to throw that out there. And then once you have everything on your cookie sheet, then you're going to take your cooking spray and you're going to spray your zucchini just a little bit. This helps to brown everything up nicely. And you're going to put it in a 425-degree oven for 10 to 12 minutes, and then we're going to turn them over to the other side and bake them for another 8 to 10. And I'll bring you back when we get to that point. Okay guys, I baked my zucchini sticks on the other side for about 8 minutes until everything was nice and golden brown and a little bit crispy. So I just want to show you how delicious those are. I don't know if you can see the dipping sauce. See how pretty those are? Nice and golden brown. Now, these are not intended to be like some zucchini sticks that you would get at a restaurant where they're fully loaded with a lot of breading and deep fried. These are meant to just be nice and light and really let the flavor of the zucchini shine through. And I want to show you that they are crispy. Hear the crunch? Very nice. Got a little bit of lemon in both the breading and in the dipping sauce. Now I did want to mention with the dipping sauce, if you don't want to use sour cream, you can always use Greek yogurt, if that's a nice alternative. And I really hope, I just started using essential oils, and if you haven't given them a try, you need to. The lemon essential oil in that is absolutely delicious, and I've used it in other salad dressings I've used. Just really, really good. And essential oils are really good for you. They have lots of uses to benefit our health. So anyway, that's it for zucchini sticks and dipping sauce. And I hope you'll give this recipe a try. I hope you enjoyed coming along with me today. If you're not currently a subscriber and you enjoyed this recipe, please like and subscribe to my channel. I've got more recipes and fun things coming up to put on there, so give me a thumbs up, like and subscribe, and you can enjoy more to come. Thanks so much for spending time with me today. Have a good one. Bye-bye.